robust. So most of the time, the entrepreneurs will put in a very simplistic forecast, like maybe sales growth of 30%, 50%, but they do not really put in the rigor of assumptions and maybe underestimation of the expenses, being overly optimistic about the sales. So those will be the things that I think a good accountant could just walk through with the entrepreneur. Yeah.
Chan Yong, you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I was going to say about the same thing as Eugene. I think as accountants, helping the investee company, making sure that because these are entrepreneurs, they are startup, they probably do not have a lot of financial literacy in terms of preparing a very consistent and easily understood financial projections. So our value add, our knowledge of the numbers, our knowledge of the business will be able to be put to good use by helping them put together something that will be easily understood by the VCs. Right? I think that's the key value add that we can do.
Okay, I suppose that's a very good tip for many accountants here, so that's a new business line for most of us. I'd like to open the questions to the floor. Before you ask the questions, perhaps just introduce yourself.
I sit on board of this company and chair the audit committee. And I always have problem with fair value. How do you determine fair value? Is it based on market price or PE? Because I think circumstances change very fast. Even the US dollar, the rate. So do we really need a valuer to do that? I mean, I'm looking on the businessman point of view. What is value? To me, it's what I pay for. I look for a good deal. And that's what I pay for. I may be old-fashioned. I think what's wrong with historical value? Where you show in the footnote of what the current value is like. Whether you show it under other comprehensive income or as a footnote. Then to me, no problem. So isn't that, fair enough? Because we are all business. I got a good deal. You don't have such a good deal as mine. So it's all reflected in the account as true and fair. So if you put fair value, you're trying to put everybody at par. And then it's very hard to measure which company has done better. Because my return is better than yours. I enjoy current rental rate for the property I buy. So I don't know where do we get from here. I'm just wondering, sometimes businessmen start to wonder, what are accountants trying to do to us? Standard keep changing. It costs money. We can't understand. So, I now, even though I'm an accountant, I also sympathize with the business people. I look at it on a businessman point of view. Does all this make sense? I hope you will get sort of crystallized and then no more further changes. And then I think then life can carry on. People can concentrate, do business and make more money. And the measurements is standardized and so on. I'd like to hear the panel's view on this. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tom. I think just maybe get Chang Yong to answer that, because his livelihood very much depends on valuation, because that's where he gets his. Then I will go to Eugene.
Okay, I must admit that when we go to meet board of directors and businessmen, there's a lot of views, especially whether fair value is good or bad, and whether this is easily understood. I admit one thing is that the changes in accounting standard is very rapid, especially the last few years, and even as professional accountants, we find it hard to keep up. Things that I thought is the golden rule 3 years ago is no longer a rule. These are very rapid changes. My only answer, Tom, is that I'm like the satellite, and I go around the sun. The sun is the centered setting bodies, and they have their own consultation in terms of dealing with large investors, bankers, regulators, and in their infinite wisdom, they have decided that fair value is the way to go. I can see the logic